Joined in the studio by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Nigeria Education Loan Fund, NELFUND, Akintunde Sawyerr. Many thanks for joining us on News Extra tonight.
Thank you for having me here this evening.
All right. Can you explain the operationality of the Students' Loan Portal and when will it be effective?
Of course. So the operationality of the Student Loan Portal, actually it's already in operation. Effectively for the last 55 days, applicants have been able to go into the portal and actually put in their details to set up a registration and then go on to apply for the loan itself. What we witnessed today at the Villa was the President giving the go-ahead for us to begin to disburse the first set of loans that have been applied for, and to ensure that we give the students what they need to be able to have unfettered access to classes and to have some sort of sustenance while they're there. So there are two stages of this: the fees themselves and the upkeep, or the stipend if you like. That was agreed today. The President signed it off completely, and so we can begin to disburse and give real value to the students. In 55 days we've had somewhere close to 170,000 applications, no, I beg your pardon, registrations, and about 110,000 applications. The registrations come in first, they convert to applications, and then when they're verified and approved, it leads to disbursements. That's where we got to today. It's very exciting. It's very, very good for the development of our great nation.
Beautiful working today. Students who are yet to register and apply, can they still do that? And I heard you in that report talk about the fact that if you want to get upkeep, you must apply for the fees. Can you apply for the fees without the upkeep?
So first of all, the portal is open endlessly. People can continue to apply. This is the beginning of the process. And what we're trying to do is get as many people who are interested, who are eligible, who have the capacity to apply, and to encourage them to do that. So in terms of the upkeep, so you can apply for the fees only. If you don't want the upkeep, that's fine. But you can't apply for the upkeep without the fees. So that's why I said one is contingent on the other, but it's the fact that you can't apply for the upkeep alone. Because this is an education scheme, and we want to make sure that people are taking advantage to get the knowledge first, and then we'll support them with the upkeep if they need it.
All right. Students and eligible Nigerians may want to know if there is a cap to what you might be asking for.
So whether there's a cap to the loan, is that what you mean?
The data, whatever it is that you need for them to qualify.
Okay. Oh, thank you. That's a really great question. So the way that the portal works, the way the technology works, is that the applicant comes in and provides us with different pieces of information. In the same way that you might perhaps go to an ATM and provide a card that fits the machine, put your PIN number in, it might ask you for some additional security questions, and then it draws on whatever data or balance, account balance you might have. For us, the account balance is the data that's been provided by the institutions that has been uploaded into our database, because when the student approaches the portal and puts in the data they need to put in, it matches that data, matric number, JAMB number, admission number, it matches that data with the data that the institution has provided us about the individual, matching those numbers I just described, and then the course, the institution itself that they're going to, the level of education that they're at, 100, 200, 300 level. Once those two things match, then there's a likelihood that they're going to get approval. Now, that automatically implies that if we don't get the data from the institutions to populate the database, it's like not having money in your bank account. If we don't get the data in, the match doesn't happen, and unfortunately the student cannot progress, because we need the institution to have the data in so we can confirm that that's where they're going. Two benefits, really, two types of benefits. One for the student, or two for the student, because they benefit from being able to go to the institution because we've paid 100% of their fees when they apply and they're successful. And the second is a stipend. For the institution, they get guaranteed payment, not in bits, but literally payment in full for that individual. And if you think about that across multiples of people, it puts real money into the institution from the NELFUND.
All right, thank you so much. Because of time, we would wrap up the conversation shortly. But is there any aspect of studentship that this loan does not cover?
Is there any
aspects of studentship, being a student in any government institution that this loan does not cover?
Well, actually, as I was explaining, it covers the entire fee structure for the student. So anything related to the student being able to access classes, being able to access exams, being able to access tutorials, seminars.
Does it include research activities?
Research?
Yes.
Not unless it's part of the fee structure. So if the fee structure is that research is included, then of course it covers it. But if it's additional research, then unfortunately not. If it's ad hoc research, it doesn't at this stage. But it's a good question. It's something that we might want to look into at some point in the future. It covers upkeep. The upkeep obviously is money paid direct to the individual, and they then decide on how they want to spend that upkeep. But good question around the research. It's worth thinking about that one. But no, at this stage, if it's not
Thank you very
included in the
much,
fees.
Akintunde Sawyerr, for coming on News Extra tonight. We do appreciate you, and of course, looking forward to a lot of Nigerians benefiting from this scheme.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here, and I hope the students are listening and are beginning to apply if they haven't already. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. So